Hey guys, it's Beth. Welcome back to my channel. And today I just wanted to share with you a quick preview of my next project. Since I finished Hope and Faith with a little bit of time left in July, I thought I'd go ahead and start a new 12 by 12 project and see how much I can get done this month. And it'll bleed over a little into August probably, but it's not a full pad. It's an Echo Park collection. So there are 12 sheets of double-sided paper as well as some stickers that came in the actual collection. And then I also received the ephemera sheet in one of my warehouse boxes as well. So I figured that would be a good collection to work with. So just kind of real quick, this is the I Love Christmas by Lori Whitlock. And it was from 2016. I haven't had it that long. I just got it probably within the last year. But some fun patterns of paper, cute little reindeer, some little cut aparts, cute little elves, snowmen, and Santas. And then here are some 3x4 cut aparts, and then some 4x6 cut aparts. And then here is the sticker sheet. So I figured this would be fun to work with. I know I want to make some 12 by 12 pages for our 2013 Christmas. And so I figured this would be a good one to document that, and then it might also make some other fun little projects. And then to go along with it, in case I need some extra patterns to go with it, I also got this in one of my Echo Park warehouse boxes, probably within the last year, and it is the Christmas collection for Dots and Stripes. And so there are 12 sheets in here as well, just variations. They're all like white polka dots on color on one side, and then more of a tone on the back side, and then stripes are the same way. So, and some of the colors coordinate with the papers in this collection, so I pulled it out just in case I need a little bit extra pattern paper for whatever it is I might do. So anyway, that's just a quick glimpse before I start really diving in to this collection. Just wanted to share it with you, and then we'll come back and we'll also share some my projects that I've made. Okay, so now we can see what I made with this collection, and I did finish it like late at night on July 31st, so I was able to count it as one of my July pads that I used up. But this is what is left essentially. And I just harvested this from the cover so that I could kind of attach it to paper and keep track of what it is that I made. So paper is gone, sticker sheet gone. I did have 2 scraps and then this little frame left that I did not use, and this just got buried and I didn't see it until I was cleaning up. And then I did end up adding like 2 or 3 sheets from the Dots and Stripes collection that I showed you earlier as well. More for like some background patterns, some more solid type patterns. So I started off with some 12 by 12 scrapbook pages. Since I knew I for sure wanted to get some of those done, since I'm trying to work on finishing my 2013 pictures, getting them into albums this year. And so that was kind of the biggest project I knew I wanted to do, so I started there. And if you're new to my channel, I will explain that there are multiples of these layouts, and that's because I make the layouts for my albums, and then I have 2 daughters that I make for their albums as well. Generally, if I can make the layouts identical, I will, just to kind of save some time and stress on myself. Sometimes there's not the same pictures that are going on each layout, which may cause it to be different, and then there are some cases where I may not have enough of the same paper or embellishments to be the same on all 3, so there may be a little bit of difference. And I know there are different ways I could do this to save myself time and energy, but I really like the hands-on of making them and not just copying them or printing them, doing them digitally. So anyway, that's why there are multiples. So I had some pictures. We had a late snow in March of 2013, and so I decided to use some of the, after I finished with my Christmas layouts, I had some papers left that were like just wintry, like with the snowflakes, and there was some embellishments left that could be just more of a winter snow embellishment instead of actual Christmas. And so this is just some pictures that we had from that day, and this is our evil looking, tiny little evil looking snowman. So I have two of those, just one for my album and one for Ellie's albums, and you'll know the embellishments are slightly different. I just took the one sheet of the wood grain paper with the snowflakes on it and cut it in half, so I would have 6-inch strips on each one, and then I have 2 scrap strips actually of some red cardstock just going on either side of the wood grain just to help add some more. I wanted some, like a pop of color behind my pictures. So here are just some of the other embellishments that I had left to use. And then here we get into Christmas. And so like this was Christmas Eve. Just use some of the pattern paper. This was one of the punch out, or one of the extra ephemera pieces that I had. Some scraps plus an ephemera up here. And then this was just a random sticker I had left at the end, so I decided to toss it on this one since it didn't have a lot of actual extra embellishments. And then here is another Christmas. And this one is like Christmas with my parents and Christmas Eve with my husband's parents. And so here I just took a strip of the holly paper and added that off here to the left, and then just took some scraps over here to finish off my title. This is an embellishment totally unrelated to this collection, but it was in my stash that I had made with some 10 on the 10th leftovers earlier this year. And so since I actually was scrapping some Christmas family photos, I decided I would go ahead and get that used up as well. And then here is a frame, one of the die cut frames that I used, and just put my journaling on the inside. And so then here is another version of this one. Here's some more of that, I don't know, it's kind of holly, evergreenish paper, and then I added some of the red and white polka dot going this way. And then these are all die cuts. And then this one I actually fussy cut from the pad cover. So Christmas Day, I have a couple different layouts here. So here's one. These were stickers in the collection, so I just used that as my title on this one, and then added 2 stickers on either side to help make it a little bigger. And then all of these have 2 strips that kind of come across the middle here, but don't come all the way across. And it's just some of the patterns may vary because I ran out of some of the patterns. But here just use 2 of the bigger stickers. Sticker, and this is a sticker. I fussy cut that out of the pad cover, and then this was part of the ephemera pack. And then I just had some red and green sequins that were already on my desk, so I just popped those on for some extra embellishment. Here is another version. You can see the papers are the same on this one, but the embellishments are different. Like this was a journal card, or cut apart from the pad, 2 different pieces of from the ephemera pack. Fussy cut the tree. Actually, I think I fussy cut the tree, the angel, and the present all out of the pad cover. And then these 2 pieces, this was, actually they were both from the ephemera pack. So this actually said Christmas cookies, but I just covered it up with a reindeer tag because I needed a title and we weren't making cookies, so. And then here is the last version. Again, slightly different. This one has different patterns included. And I used this was a border sticker on the sticker sheet, so I just cut that in half and used it at the top. And then I used this cut apart as my title on this one. And then here is an ephemera piece, journal card. I don't remember if that was part of the ephemera or if that was actually one of the cut aparts. And then I cut these two from the pad cover, the Santa and the bells. And then these are 2 tags from the ephemera and then a bow sticker. And again, I just peppered in some sequins all around. So I ended up getting 11 pages out of this collection. And then something else that I did, this is just a 2x4 that was stained red, and it was sitting on our shelf, and so I thought I would make a little Christmas decoration with it. So I took 2 of the 3x4 cut aparts from the collection, and I put Santa on one side, so it can be a Christmas, and then this side is snowman, so it could just be a winter. So it's kind of a reversible, you know, if you followed me for a while, you know I like reversible decorations. And I may still embellish it a little bit. I haven't decided if I want to add something like a plastic. I have some white plastic snowflakes that I might be able to add on here. I don't know what I'd add on this side yet, just to kind of give it a little bit of extra something. But so that was something different that I did. And then I did make one tag using some of the scraps that I had. And so this is just some white cardstock, and I took 3 different scraps of the pattern paper that I had left, kind of pieced them together, and then just added in that sticker for my focal point. And then I made 30 cards. And we'll start with, I made some that are 5x7 because there were 6 4x6 cut apart. So I used 5 of them on some 5x7s. So this green stripe paper was actually from the Dots and Stripes collection, and this is what I mean when I said I just kind of used it for more of like a background pattern. So I just used that as my mat, and then here's the cut apart, and then I added an ephemera piece on here just for my sentiment. And then I have one of the border stickers going across here. I just kind of added a little bit of a border strip, a scrap, or a border sticker across somewhere in the background just to add a little bit of extra color. So this one was probably meant to be like a journal card with a picture over here. So like here's a little space for journaling. But I just took it and added 2 different ephemera pieces and just kind of layered those together on here, and then left this to be my sentiment. And then at the end I was going to come back and add like maybe another scrap or something, strip here to kind of fill the space, but then I forgot, and by the time of what I had left I didn't like any of those. That one might not have looked bad. I might be able to add that on there just to kind of, it just looks like it's missing something up there. So I may still add to that one. But then there's like a little Santa border behind it. Holly Jolly. This one has ornaments on the border. This was like from the border cut apart page. This one has some more of the ornament border cut apart. And then there's this one that has one of the border stickers behind it. So I got 5x7 cards. And then the rest are A2 size, so they are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. And I did do some Z folds, so this is very similar to one of the sheet loads that Alicia from Call Me Crafty Owl put out last fall. And so I had a bunch of the 3x4 journal cards, and so I just thought it would be a fun way to use those. And then just found a pattern that I liked to be kind of my background for the back part of the card. So I went with more like of a solid pattern back here, and then just alternated the 2 patterns here. And so just kind of mixed and matched those. So this one actually goes horizontal This one I went a little crazy with, trying to figure out a different way to use the 4x6 cut aparts. And so I was like, well, you know, there's the double Z-fold cards, so maybe I could somehow utilize that for that. But I don't really know, because I'm like, but then where do I journal? Like, do I just maybe add something over here and then journal or write a message on the back? I don't know. I was just playing, just trying to experiment. Sometimes it's good to do that. So on this one, I just added adhesive to this part, but prior to the fold, and then this part, and then left this open. You can see there's some space in there. So it's not like a true double Z fold where it pops up a little bit more. And honestly, when I folded it, I just kind of put it down on my card and folded it a little bit just to get where my score marks would be. And then I scored it. Totally scientific. So here's another one with the reindeer. And the size of the mat back here varies too. I was just kind of playing around trying to find the best size that I wanted to use for that. And this one I had one, like this drum sticker left, and so I decided it fit with the Santa Toy Shop card. And this one I did add a sentiment to. It says Season's Greetings. And then these two are like, oh, this one is a scrap card. And I'm going to come back to that one because I have a few others that are like that as well. Actually, I'll just pull those up. So with Echo Park and Cartabella paper, you have the tear strip on the top or bottom of the 12x12 sheet. And there's always a small strip of pattern that shows you what's on the other side. So most of these are from the tear strips, and then there's a couple of just solid color cardstock strips in here too. But I just took a piece of white cardstock, cut it down to be 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, so it, you know, made a card mat. Covered it with ATG tape and then just started laying strips across. And so it just made kind of a fun card mat. And then this was a sticker from the sheet, and then this was a sentiment that I had in my stash already. So here's another version of that, and I made this one smaller. I just used, because I didn't have as many long strips left, so I just used a smaller piece of white cardstock and did the same thing, but then matted it on another piece of white cardstock. And then there are 3 different strips behind as my card mat. And then I just took the Silent Night sticker and Angel sticker from the sticker sheet, added them on the same piece of cardstock, rounded the corners, and that became my focal point. And then here I just have another stack of cards. And missing some, I don't know where there. I was gonna say, I know I had some sketches for some of these. So this one, I just took some, this is the red polka dot is from the Dots and Stripes collection. Just took it as my mat and then made the wood grain pattern my focal point with another white mat behind it. And then Merry Christmas, that's just some stickers I had left from my last, the Flavor of the Month, one of the Flavor of the Month kits I used up in July. It was Christmas, and so I had some of those left. Here it's very similar. I just added a strip going this way, and then ephemera piece. This one is just like the one I just showed you, but it has a sticker and just a different size pattern strip. This one I use My Favorite Thing, sketch number 192. And just use pattern paper, 2 different strips that I had, and then this is a sticker that I matted on white and rounded the corners of, and then it needed something to ground the top because of that busy swirling pattern, and so I just added some more of that green striped pattern paper. And then here's the same layout, it's just with a different sticker and some different scraps. These are actually border sticker pieces that I had left. Operation Right Home sketch number 146. And this one was actually it was a tag. It was in the ephemera pack, and I just cut the tag part off because I didn't like the way it looked on here. And then just took 2 different scraps to go horizontal behind my tag. Mojo Monday, sketch number 449. And I made 4 of these. So just used, I think all of these pieces are similar except for one, which I used the back side of. And then I just used a green piece over here. There's some type of red strip coming down the middle, and then an ephemera piece or a sticker on all of them. So this was an ephemera piece. This one, these 2 patterns are reversed. So normally this pattern is here, and then this pattern is over here. But this is the reverse side of each other. On this one, I actually took a sticker. So this wreath was a sticker, and I backed it on some white cardstock. And then this was a little sentiment that I fussy cut from the pad cover, and so I just laid that on top of the wreath. This was from the ephemera pack. And then this was a sticker that I put on white cardstock and then fussy cut around to create like a white mat for it. This is Sunday Sketches 22. And this one, I did it a little bit differently because of the plain, like the green stripes. I didn't like it covering the Santas. I didn't want to cover up the Santas. So I took this horizontal strip here and actually laid it on top of my vertical piece coming down the middle. And then instead of a circle element, I just used the sticker from the sticker sheet and made that my sentiment as well. This one was just kind of using up some scraps. I had like one of my last full card mat pieces, and then a square scrap left. This is a frame that was from the ephemera pack, and this bird was actually in the middle of the frame. So I punched out the bird and backed my frame with this Joy to the World sentiment piece of white cardstock, and then added the bird down here as extra embellishment. This is, I don't have the sketch with me, but it is Operation Right Home, sketch number 154. I'm sorry if you guys are tired of seeing this sketch in every single project I share, but I love it at this point in the pad projects when I get to the end. It's just such an easy way to use up some of those scraps. So I just took any of the strips that were 1.5 inches wide and cut them down into squares. These 2 pieces are from the pad cover, and then I did have to pull in 1 piece of dark red cardstock to fill in this one. Added a sticker in the center, and then this Holly Jolly I fussy cut from the pad cover, just added it down there as a sentiment. Here I was able to use 4 squares of pattern paper, added my ornament in the middle again, and then this was just a stamped sentiment I had on my desk. Here's 2 squares from pattern paper and 2 squares from the pad cover, my ornament sticker, and then another different sentiment on it's a Stampin' Up! It's an old label punch that I have. And then this last one is just strips that I kind of grouped together to make my card mat, and then added, this is from the ephemera pack, added it as my sentiment, and then the little candy cane sticker. So that is my project share, and I know I didn't do a whole lot of like extra tight projects with this one, but by the time I made all my scrapbook pages and then some of the cards I knew I wanted to make, there wasn't going to be a whole lot left. And so I just decided to go ahead and stick with cards because it's cute paper, fun cards. But hopefully if you have this collection because you've gotten it in an Echo Park warehouse box recently, hopefully you got some ideas on how to use yours up. And I do have one more project share from my Christmas in July, and it is the last flavor of the month kit that I use, so it will be coming up soon, and then I will be on to my fall. I'm already started on my fall projects, but I will be able to start sharing my fall projects. But anyway, thank you guys so much for your time today. I hope you enjoyed these projects. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe. And I will link the sketches I used in the description box below. But thanks again, and I hope you're having a crafty day.